Alright, how you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's story is coming from r/creepyencounters, titled Creepy Man in the Elevator. This happened not too long ago. Although not too crazy, definitely had me freaking out after it occurred. Probably did not help that I frequent this sub often. I just moved to a new apartment building, and it was my first time living alone. It was actually my first day, and I had just moved my stuff in and headed to school and was coming home for the evening. My parking is in an underground basement, which was scary as is for the first few days, so I would always leave my car and book it to the elevator so I could GTFO. As I stood waiting, it was taking quite a while for the elevator to come down, and I could hear it beeping on different floors it was stopping at. Once it finally arrived, the doors opened and there was a tall guy that was clearly disheveled / on something. The minute I made eye contact with him, my senses went off, and I got the most uneasy feeling. I hesitated, as I was on the last floor, so whenever someone was in the elevator, they were always getting out, and I waited for him to do the same. Instead, he just stood there, staring at me, and I managed to blurt out, "Are you going up?" He mumbled some sort of, "Yeah." Alarm bells were going off, but I thought maybe I was overthinking, so I awkwardly walked in and stood against the wall as far as I could from him. I asked him what floor, as there was no floor selected, and he stuttered between numbers, and happened to say the same floor I was getting off on, which scared me even more. I tried not to panic, but as soon as I entered, I tried to keep my gaze down, but he was just facing and staring at me with the most uncomfortable look in his eyes. The minute the elevator started going up, he started to shuffle and was moving towards me, when it ended up stopping on the first floor in the lobby. I was in the left corner near the doors, and he was basically right in front of the door, stepping towards me when the doors opened. I was honestly freaking the hell out, and as soon as the doors slid open, I scooched down and went straight for the doors onto Main Street. I stood there for a few minutes with my heart pounding because of how scared I was. I remember him staring at me, confused for a while, and then he stayed back in the elevator as the doors closed. I remember there were just two guys standing in the lobby who witnessed the whole thing. I nervously laughed that I was just creeped out by a guy in the elevator. I believe they were just door dashers, so they stared at me and were like, "Okay, Lamau." I ended up taking the stairs up and was scared out of my mind. I was praying that he was just someone's guest, hence why he was so confused and weird. My dad came to visit me the very next day, and I was telling him how badly this guy freaked me out, and that same night, we ran into him again. He was waiting for the elevator, and the minute I saw him, I told my dad and made him take the stairs with me again. Thank gosh I haven't seen him again, so I'm really hoping he was just a guest. But if I ever see an elevator with just one dude in it, I do not take the risk, lol. May have just been me overthinking, but something was def not right with him. Alright, and that's going to be the end of today's story. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.